So I got a phone call, well, a text this morning. It's a text I love to hear. We have no hot water. Well, that creates some questions. So I asked the question, is there no water flowing, or is the water that's flowing cold? Well, there's no water flowing, which means, and this isn't rocket science, we're all from Canada, from New Brunswick. We know, Canadians know, if the water's not moving, something's frozen, especially when it was 30 below or something crazy like that. Anyway, so it's been cold, and they said every time it's cold, the water kind of, we have a problem with our water. And I was like, well, this is the first time I'm hearing it, so now I got to go address it. Yada yada yada. It's kind of what I do. Um, and yeah, it's a problem when the water doesn't flow. I have PEX lines, which is good, because back in the day, if you had a copper line, that would explode and water would go everywhere. And we've been very fortunate that that's not the problem. But things are frozen and things aren't moving, and they're stuck unless things change. And I was thinking about that this morning, and I was thinking about how many people I've met and how many people I've talked to in my life that have turned something off, in their lives, whether it be emotionally or relationally, but they've been hurt, they've been abused, they've been neglected, they've been, um, basically just hurt. And they said, you know what? I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to go there anymore. And they freeze up. Their hearts get frozen. And you see it all the time, especially now in our society that has become much more abusive, become much more frivolous with relationships, become, um, it's so much easier just to walk away now. Um, that people are, they're not addressing problems, they're not dealing with problems, they're not working through problems, so they just hold on to those problems, and then hurting people hurt people, and there's so many hurting people that everybody, and it's just become a real mess, and their hearts freeze. Becomes like we get a heart of stone because it's not going to hurt anymore. But God says he wants to come in and take out a heart of stone and put in a heart of flesh. God wants to have a heart that is feeding and giving life and giving sustenance to the body. Even though it may have been hurt, even though it may have been walked on, even though it may have been deserted, or it had been neglected, or it had, just again, hurt. When we allow our past to dictate our present and our future, um, we're looking in the wrong direction. I mean, some people are naive because they've never gone through anything, and they believe that everything is going to be hunky-dory and roses, and when it's not, they don't know how to deal with it. And then some people believe that everything's always going to be bad, so when things go good, they don't know how to deal with it, and they don't know how to handle it, and they don't believe it because they're just waiting for their shoe to fall. Having a unbalanced view of your past, having an unbalanced view of life, and not recognizing that in this world you will have trouble, but God says, I give you my peace. I was reading in Peter where it's talking about don't be surprised when trials come against you, because as if this is something strange. That's life. It's what we go through. But God wants us to have the perspective that in all things he gives us the peace. In all things he gives us love. In all things he gives us joy. Even when our world is falling apart, God provides the things so we can have a perspective that allows us to be open to the good things God has for us. Hope that's been an encouragement to you. God bless you. Have a good weekend.